Right, that's it, guys. Another lesson for this week. And all right, while you guys are thinking of what to ask, we're just gonna look at um maybe the weekly or monthly time frame, see if there's anything interesting that we see or that could have happened with the opening of this month. Remember, we have opened the month of June, and this should be the last month for the 3 month candles. So that means it, it's something that we sort of look forward to seeing how 3 months will do. For example, I still remember very, very well sending this right here on a 3 month chart. That was 3 months ago, before this candle even appeared. And I said USD card is gonna be selling all throughout. And that actually showed the move for other USD pairs as well. Reason being, we had taken out money or stop loss or orders that was sitting above these highs here. And so price then left something like that. So it was a clear indication that price was going to push down. And I'm pretty sure on the monthly time frame, no, I thought the monthly time frame also had the same setup, but it didn't. But yes, on the 3 months time frame, if you want me to show you where I sent it, it's there in your charts. I can always reference it if you still want
I
to
could
see it.
remember perfectly well, boss.
Yes. So this is what has been happening. All you had to do was just take a sell because we were still on this candle. So all you had to do was just take a sell and just be down with it until it gets to where it is. And even the next coming month, which is July, yeah, it will start by going down, so it will take out most probably the low of this candle before we can think of anything, whether buy or whatever. But anyway, um, why I'm saying this is because when we start a new month or we start that 3 months period or whatever it is good to look at the monthly candle, like see what has been happening the previous month, how did it close, what am I expecting this new month, just going around your chart and having a look. Like for example, you look at USDJPY, right? Nothing too crazy, but the fact that they have a bearish candle like this, and then all of a sudden they print a bullish candle, that you can see that yes, we've got selling pressure, but then price closes like this. There were higher chances that this one will start as a bullish candle, in as much as it might end as a bearish candle, but it will start as a bullish candle first, maybe go 50% of that, maybe. This is not CRT or anything, but just by looking at candles, you'd expect something like that. So meaning you could have had the direction. It's something similar to um, what you see here, what you see there. So you can see a candle right there, and then the next candle, you can tell there is buying pressure, but then it doesn't close bullish in as much as there was buying pressure. So you could tell that the next candle, before it could go up, it will first go down, at least maybe 50% of that is a sell before it could turn around and go up. So that's what you are actually what should I say, looking at. And you're looking at the candles, the behavior of candles, especially on higher time frames, guys. I know sometimes I may tell you, oh yeah, you need to count levels on higher time frames, but counting levels on monthly time frame, if they are clear, yes, but if they are not clear, you don't really even need to worry yourself counting levels on higher time frames. All we're looking for is the candle behavior. That's what we're looking for, because every candle is a story and every candle will tell us what to expect or what could likely happen. So that's what we're looking for on higher time frames, especially when you look at monthly, 3 months, 6 months, because you can think of it. This is the yearly move, you know, and you can tell how good this bought and then retraced back into that range and then bought again. So you can tell that there is something here if you go to the lower time frames that caused it to turn around from this point. But on the higher time frames, all you can tell is that, oh yeah, we've got a big, huge momentum of buying. So that means I should be expecting huge buying momentum. But if you go down to smaller time frames, then you can tell why you've got that bearish candle there. You can call it an order block, whatever you want. You can call it resistance or whatever you want. But that caused that buying pressure all the way up there. You see what I mean? So on higher time frames, these are typically the things that you look for. Or maybe let's say you were on this buy from down here and you're expecting to see where price was gonna go. And I hope you are now ready with your questions. All right. We're gonna start with questions that involve pretty much currencies, and then we'll go to a bit of some volatilities for those who trade volatilities. But you could have been trading a buy here, right? We're assuming, and then 6 months. Where is your target? Obviously, your target would have been uh the high, which is right there. And then immediately when you get to the high, you take your profit. What happens next? Do not expect price to break that high and go all the way up. No, that is not going to happen. Price will take whatever it's there on the high and then it will start retracing back inner. So why then is it retracing all the way up to that point there? It's because this guy is the guy who was responsible for breaking the high, or is the guy who was responsible for grabbing whatever was above the high. That's the whole thing. The whole reason why it created this massive buy after that. So you look at this one and then you ask yourself, okay, so if I am to count levels, maybe you would say I've got one first push, I've got second push, maybe I'm waiting for a third push, but this is 6 months, by the way. So where would I expect to see my buy? Maybe start to look at areas like this. You've got that bearish candle there among those bullish candles. You've got the first one, and you've already seen how price reacted when it pushed back up when it got to that level and what it is doing now. So you're saying if it were to break that area, this is the lowest it can go. All right. It's the lowest it can go. And then from there, I'm expecting price to go up. So you have an idea as to what price will do. That's all we need from higher time frames. We need a trade idea. And now if we know that, oh, okay, so price is gonna buy when it gets to this point, then it becomes easier for us to know what will happen in the lower time frames. So we know that we're going to be looking for sell opportunities, pushing all our way down to that area, something like that. All right. So we need to check those monthly candles, especially when the month starts. If you're not using TradingView and you're using MT4, you need to check the sorry the monthly candle, because you go up to the month. So you need to check the monthly candle. If the month starts, at least be sure that, okay, last month this is how we moved, and this month this is how we move, and you will see very good setups, guys. You'll see very, very good setups. Look at this one right here. So I was actually analyzing this one that was last week. So you can tell that there is some pressure of buying there, and price is reacting to something below there. And also price has taken out anything that's lying below these areas, right? And then price has ran away with people's money and has taken out anything that was lying below these areas, these lows, all right? And then once price closes this candle, the following month, you've got a bullish candle pushing all the way up to there. So what do you think the next candle is going to be like? Before you even analyze H1, you know, all right? Before you analyze H1, you already know that, you know what? The next candle is going to be what? It's going to be bullish. So you do not need anyone to help you with this. You already know the direction that whatever is going to come out of this is going to be the monthly candle. If you want, you can jump straight into H1. That is up to you. And then look at H1 and say, okay, where am I on H1? So then we start with the most important part, which is counting levels. I'm not going to count this because that's all over the place. But assuming this is your reset point, all right? We assume this is your reset point. You've got your first push there. We've got your, hold on a minute, your first push, your second push, and your third push, your peak. So that means this could be a reset as well. So let's see what happens after this. So we're assuming that could be a reset. And when you're looking at it from H1 like this, it does look clumsy because you've got the pair going up and down, you know. But when you look at it from higher time frames, you can tell that, oh, so we are actually buying, you know what I mean? So you have seen how we have moved from here all the way up to there. So maybe you could have been waiting for a buy setup right there, and you took your buy, or you took it up there, wherever you took it, or you took it right here if it was an IT50, so that I didn't put moving averages. But you sort of have an idea, and you have taken your buy in confidence, knowing that whatever is coming out of the monthly is printing a buy. And maybe your target is the high of last month. Remember, highs and lows are very important. Maybe the high of last month. And the moment you hit the high of last month, you're out. That's how um you need to think of it, especially when you're on higher time frames. Don't think too hard. Um and try and, you know, find levels that are not there. If it's maybe an ID50, I'll probably understand you. Or for example, you've got something like this in 2005, you had a nice peak formation there, and then price, because this guy is what was responsible for breaking this low, All right. So you can tell this entire move or this move did not do anything to the low. But then we retraced here and then we pushed down. So we took the low. So what do I do? Then I know one day we'll come here for a sell. All right. And what did we do? We did come there for a sell. And take profit that low right there. Well, this is a monthly time frame, so you wouldn't trade on a monthly time frame, but I'm trying to show you how it would have gone, because obviously on a monthly time frame, if that got triggered, it was gonna go down to your take profit, miss it by a few pips, go back up to your entry, take you out on entry, or maybe you still haven't adjusted your stop loss, come back down, go back to the entry and come back, then it hits your take profit. And by then you'll be swearing and cursing, you know. So it's probably not ideal. And to point another thing, I always say if your target is the low, right, don't put it right on the low. At least maybe put it where the body of your candles start or end, right there. That's how I usually put my take profits, because I've realized every time I put them on the low here, sometimes the dealer does exactly that. It doesn't get there. Okay. So maybe your next trade could have been that one right there. Did we come to it? Nope. The only time we came to it was here. And then we went down and that's it. So you are looking for areas where price could potentially come back if it was coming back. So you can tell how this has been flowing since 2000, since this market opened. All you are seeing on NZD CHF is just pushing down. So if you come here and say, oh yeah, I've seen level one drop, right? That's okay. That's very good. I've seen a pullback and I've seen level two drop. Now I'm expecting a pullback and level three drop. Now you do not know when this pullback is going to happen. That is the tricky part, which is why I would favor someone who counts levels starting from the daily time frame. The weekly, maybe, because weekly sometimes levels are a bit clearer, so it's okay. The daily, that's very good because levels will be very clear here going all the way down. But monthly, yeah, probably not. Just look at the behavior of candles or look at how candles are like, you know, and that's all. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. I'm sure you're warmed up now and you've heard my voice. I didn't want you to start asking questions before I say something and you'd be like, oh, this guy, he doesn't want to say anything today. He just wants to hear us talk. All right, so who's gonna start? If you wanna answer on the chats page, that'll be good as well. Sorry, if you wanna ask on the chats page, that'll be perfect. If you wanna me to hear your voice, I do not mind that as well.
Go with GU, Coach GU.
GU. All right, GU. All right, where do you want me to go?
I'm looking for a sale on GU. Go to the weekly W1.
Okay, weekly W1.
Okay, so
Oh.
I'm looking for a sale. I think it's going to start to pull back, kind of like this is just a. It's going to start to pull back like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to your D1,
D1.
and you have the lines that separate the month.
Sorry, not on D1. They only appear when I get to H1, I think.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So, I think I saw maybe it was. I don't think it was four levels, but I was looking at something like this. Go over to your right a little,
To
and
my
then go over to
right.
your left.
Is that okay? or you want this way?
Yeah, that way. There you go. Okay. So I was looking at a Batman, and so right here. So I did it like this, and then you have the W that's already compared right there. So my levels were counting. It probably could be four, but I was counting one, two, three, then maybe four, because of the Batman right there. So I'm thinking if you go to your H4,
Right.
if you go to your H4, I'm completely looking at the very top. Very top, the levels were. So I guess this could be a
From
inverted.
here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all
Looking
right.
at an inverted head and shoulders.
Okay.
I gotta move this thing. It's not moving. There you go. Okay, it moved. All right, so starting from right here, start inverted, and then one, two, three, reset, and then one, two, then three. So um, I'm thinking this is the current reset, current price, current market price that we can
Sorry,
see.
Rookie, where do you see the reset 1, 2, 3 there? You need to come back and prove.
Go to,
I'm not seeing that.
okay, it's right here. I can show you. So this is the reset right there. That's the current reset. Go to the H1 and I'll show you three levels. And we go over. I had a level. What is it? One, two, three levels right here. One, two, and three. Okay. So the levels are right here. It's you have your reset, level one, level two, level three. And I'm looking for a price to come back and probably do a head and shoulders and sell. I'm looking for a sale next week on GU. And I want to get everybody's perspective on it.
Oh, okay. All right. What do you think, Olu? What are you saying? All right.
Please, coach, go to 4 hours, please.
4 hours. Okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Tell us, what do you think?
So assuming there is a moving average 200 there, I would have even loved perfect, but let me just move from here.
I can put that
From
if you
here,
want. I can put that if you want.
yes, I love that to show. Now from here, I can say this is my this is one, this is two, so this is two there. So they came back here. If we counted here, this is 1, 2, 3. I think they came back to reset here, and they just give us a push one, push two, which I'm expecting them that they want to push again. Maybe they will now stomp on there to now give us. Now, if you go back to, I think is it daily? Is it daily? Let's see daily. On
Okay.
daily, if you can help me to squeeze it and let me see from floor, from the ground, squeeze it a bit. If we see from daily,
Should I remove Emma's?
coming, yeah, I want to see, yes, is it daily or a month or weekly? I think I did an analysis. This is two, this is three. I did an analysis and I discovered that we are still having one more push.
Okay.
So that is what I discovered. Please, can we just squeeze it together to maybe it is from down, or maybe I will still go back to my MT4 to share my screen. So I want to
Okay.
see it clearly. This is one here, two here. So I'm expecting one more leg on GU.
Okay.
So what I'm seeing on 4 hours is that I'm seeing that they will only do. Now, can we go back to 4 hours? I'm expecting that they will only pull down one more time before they and push to the top before we call it a final movement. So now, thank you, coach. The way it is, just leave it that way. So
Okay.
I'm expecting. So take it backward. Take it backward so that I want to count it from back. Squeeze it very well. so that I can just from the low. Okay, so thank you perfectly. Yeah, perfect. Now this is what I'm expecting. This, and this, because they came back to this place, so I didn't count it to be level 1 again. So this is what I now counted for level 1. This one, because they came back to this place. So this is my 2. Then this is my 3. Now I saw this as a reset, which the market push 1, 2. So I'm expecting this as a 3. They will come back to do a reset here before they will now push as the 3rd one. So I'm seeing this as the 1st leg, and I'm expecting a 2nd leg here. So that is what I'm expecting before we now think of anything, even though I'm still going to think of buy because of one more level on daily that we still need to push. So meaning that if this thing can the last level, they will do a little reset on 200. 200 would have shifted. Then they would do one more leg on daily for us to move. So that is what I'm thinking that it should be. So they will definitely retrace on Monday to stomp people out of the market before they push it. So they might stomp to 200. So that's my own submission.
Okay. All right. Oh.
Linda, usataura na
All right, that's good. Can I please have those who won't be talking just mute your mics, please? All right. So, all right, that's good. Now, no one is wrong, guys, in the market, okay? Until the market proves itself. So let us see what is going on. So if we look at the monthly, or maybe let's start with DXY. What is DXY doing? So this is DXY. DXY will sort of tell us the direction of USD pairs. And if you are looking at it right now, you can tell that DXY is actually a sell, right? That is the monthly time frame. Now, if you look at the daily time frame, oh, that shifts everything now. That shifts everything.
You're on weekly, sir.
Yeah, sorry, on the weekly, that shifts everything. So number one, we are here in this place. Do you see what I'm seeing? We are here in this place. And hence price is reacting in that area, right? Are we together on that? Then
yes.
I'll lower this down for a while and say, what do we see here? Here. So number one, we've got price. It marked the high, marked the low, and then this candle took out the low of that candle. Now this candle attempted to sell, but then got rejected and went back into the range. Now, what do you think is going to happen next? Who has a wild guess? What do you think is going to happen next?
This is a CRT, so I'm expecting a buy.
So that means this candle will what? Will most probably go up. It might not go all the way up to there. It might go 50%, whichever it is, right? But at least we know for the most part or early week, it will what? It will go back into the range. So at least we know the direction of DXY. Now, same thing, like I said, remember I said, if you see your that morning star pattern on the weekly time frame, you might likely see it on the daily as well. And if you do see it on the daily, it makes it even a proper trade. So you can tell if you're looking at this that yes, you should have a buy candle coming up, which is daily, maybe 1 or 2 or whatever, depending on 50%. Maybe let's just measure this 50% and see where it is. All right. So 50% is right here. So at least we want to see our buy up to there, at least. All right. So now that being the case, then it means we expect USDX to buy. So if you go to the likes of USD JPY, look at that. Already you can tell that the next candle that's coming next week is what? Is a bullish candle. All right. You can tell already. So if you go to H1, if you go to H1, you can see how this guy marked his peak, went up to the 200, came back here. So more like forming a bigger peak, and now he's done that. So you would expect something like that, right? That's the ideal situation, okay? But that doesn't mean you just jump onto the market and expect that will happen. Now you look at USD CHF. I want to show you because there's something that happened on Friday, which maybe most of you did not realize. Same thing, if we go to USD CHF, look at that. USD CHF weekly, because this one will print most likely the exact thing that DXY prints, and even in beta form. You can tell same thing happening there. So we're likely to expect a buy. But remember, I said no one is wrong, right? So that means we expect to see a buy candle. There's no way with this momentum. When I say momentum, I mean we've got this candle with its high and its low. The next candle, what it did was it broke the high and closed above. So that means the momentum or the buy momentum is still there because we managed to close above the previous candle. Okay, so that means the next candle should also buy, whether it will start by selling or do whatever, but we want to see us buy 50% of that range. So I don't know if USD CAD is a similar thing, maybe not. So now that means if we then come to our USD pairs, right? Our USD pairs will show us something different. Now I wanted to put your attention on this. I want you to have a look at this. Right. So this area right here, all right? This here, high, is what's responsible for breaking this low. All right. So that tells me I am expecting a reaction here. Now, two things. Number one, if we are here already, we might pull back down before we can reach out to whatever is above. So I'll just put a horizontal line there, somewhere there, here. So if we are already here, we will pull back before we can go up to take whatever is above there, then we can sell. If we're not yet here, then I expect us to what? To get here first and then react and then go back up and grab whatever is above. That's the expectation. Are we agreeing?
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Okay. So let's pull this and see how far it goes. So you can see already we're right there. Now, this is the reason why price did this right here. This is the reason why price, after aggressively trading into that area, they then give you a bearish candle, bullish, press it back down into that range. Now, that looks more like a coat of wood, right? Remember what I said, every time when price gets to a high or a place where it did react first, it will do that. Now look at this. This was an area where you would have expected to see a sell from, this area right here. And price did come here and what? And rejected like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Price did reject because it's supposed to when it gets to that area or when it takes out the high. One of the candles did take out the high, which is this one, did take out the high. And then after that, it rejected back down, got the momentum to then push further up into that area. Now, if this area was not there, let's just assume this area never existed, then we would have expected GBP USD to push all the way down. All right. But because that area was there and because we still have a high, we may not reach out to that high, but at least we know they've reached out to this area right here. Hence, it's important to always look to your left-hand side and see what can I see on my left-hand side that might be attracted to price. You can tell right here, price came to this place. All right. And got rejected there and went down. In as much as it was gonna break it later, but it wanted to gain that momentum, come back down, back to this area before it can go up. All right. So what am I expecting here? Weekly time frame, I'm expecting to see price reject downwards. I'm expecting to see price go down. And when I'm saying go down, I'm not saying selling all the way down. All right. I'm expecting price go down. Now, when I look at the daily time frame, I already see a small CRT right here, very small one, and price pushing down from there. Now, I will leave it at that. 4 hour, what do I see? Nothing much except that price did reach out for whatever was on top of that high and then made sure that it closes candles below. I'm saying this because I saw this on the NZD USD, and to be honest, I did take the sell on Friday because it looked like the reason why I took the sell was because NZD USD was kind of clear to me that we were simple reacting to that, and whatever we did up there was just to take out orders and most probably reach to an area. I can't remember if I found it or not, but I just thought, you know what, this is a very easy sell. And price was on this bullish candle, took a sell and went all the way down today. All right. Now, target is lower here. If we do get there, if we don't, that's it. We'll close it at end. But that's how I then realized, oh, so it means USD pairs are going to be pulling back for a while. Now, looking at 4-hour market structure, we do not have anything that suggests that price is ready to go down. If you look at it, nothing at all. Price just went there, swept the high, and then made sure that it stays below the high in terms of the body of the candles. Some people can look at that and say, oh yeah, it formed a higher high. Fair enough. But for me, I look at the bodies of the candle. So I can tell that we're still bullish. All right. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, the 1 hour shifts everything altogether. So number one, current price, 1 hour, you can tell how we were moving. So we came down, then went up, formed a higher low, which was a setup there, though we didn't even reach there, went to a higher high, came back into the range for a higher low, went back to a higher high, came back to a higher low, and then went back to a higher high. And then what did we do next? We matched the low. Remember what I always say, or what I said before? Did we match it or we broke it? I think we broke it. Yeah.
To me, I think we have broke the structure there 1 hour.
Yeah, we broke it. Yes. So we actually broke it. We didn't match it. Now, because we broke it, the guy that broke this low is this guy. All right? That guy, that area is what created the move. Okay? Is what created the move. You can see how the bearish candles are pushing all the way down until they trade right through the low. Even though they started rejecting when they got there, but you can tell how they were pushing through the low. They came back within range and pushed all the way down. So then that means we might either sell from here, which is unlikely, I think, or sell from here. All right. But that sell does not mean that it's no longer a buy. Remember, I said we have a high above this area that you are seeing where we are playing around. We have a high above. So price may want to reach for that high and grab whatever is there. Okay. So this whole area, you can tell we are still in that area, that big area there. I don't know if I can remove it for a moment. All right. So we are in this whole area right here, and we're likely going to do that. Now, again, you want to count your levels like we agreed. So we have counted our levels, and we've seen that this guy, all right, this guy is a peak formation, right? And this guy being a peak formation, what happened? We went down and formed a reset. Now, so both of you guys are not really, really wrong. And I'll explain this. Number one, all you wanted to buy this pair the beginning of the week, you remember? And I said to you, it was gonna buy, and
yes, I bought
yes,
it.
and your target was the highs. All right. So the reason why I said target the high was simple because I knew we were in that area, number one. Number two, I suspected that we were forming a higher time frame peak. That's the reason why. So now from this reset right here, we do not expect to see 3 levels going up. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Let me try and explain it this way. So we are on a third level, we move into level 1, we move into level 2, we move into level 3. So we are forming a higher time frame peak, we suspect, right? So if we go down and form a reset, all we want to see is push 1, push 2, push 3, and then sell. Even if they are not levels on H1, all we want to see is pushes towards the peak formation, which is what the market handed us over. All right. So they are more like 15 minutes levels. They are not H1. They are just pushes towards the peak. But if you look at H1, it looks like it's only 2 levels. Because remember, if price is going towards a reset, that's what it always does as well. It will push 1, 2, and then form a reset and then go all the way up here. I'm talking about this area. All right. So, which is the exact same thing that is happening on the other side. But now it's happening because we want to form a higher time frame peak. We are suspecting this could be the higher time frame peak. All right. So if you then come here and you say, I'm looking for levels, you will then see, oh yeah, it's actually 1 and it's only 2, and that's it. And then price starts to break the structure. So ideally, here you can see also 1, 2 going down. But if you look at pushes now, if you look at pushes, you've got push 1, push 2, and push 3. So when you look at 15 minutes pushes, you can see 3 pushes. But if you look at the levels, you can tell it's not equal levels. So which means even here, we would expect to see only 3 pushes, and that's it. So if we are going to sell like the 1 hour is suggesting, then that means all we need now is to wait for price to go up there and go down. Remember, we are at a key area on the higher time frames or the daily time frame. We're at a key area. So hence we are expecting to see the sell. And remember, DXY is about to turn around for a short while and start to buy. So that means if it does that, then these other pairs are supposed to do the reverse. So I hope anyone who wants EU, NU, AU is already listening, because it is the exact same thing that you are going to see. All right. So that means we're expecting price to go down. Now, if for some reason price buys here, pushes aggressively up all the way up there, right? And goes to that high we were talking about. That's going to be fair, which is this high right here that I marked there, right? If price does go there, then it means your buy trade is correct. You get what I mean? That means your buy trade is correct. But for those who are waiting for sales, they cannot get an opportunity because their trade didn't happen. All right. But if it does sell, then it means for those who are waiting for a buy, their buy trade did not happen. So they sit this one out. And for those who are selling, they will take the sell trade and go down. That's how simple the market is, guys. If your idea,
Coach,
yes.
why I'm more concerned, because when I told Ricky that I wanted to prove to me that 4 hours, because many times they've played out that way, that he has haunted us a lot. And that is the reason why I don't want to go for that again. I'm
Now,
looking at it that he's sitting down on this 200 moving average.
Yes.
So that is more of the reason. And if we go back, if you could remember one of the trade that we analyzed, that we said is going to sell on this, is it EU? That you later said that is the reason why I don't like trading EU. So that is exact. I mean, I don't forget history.
I
When
will.
things happen, I always remember.
Will.
Based on that, the levels I counted on that place. That is why I believe that they will push.
I'm about to show you something, right? I was about to show you something. Okay. Now, the next question that I wanted to bring across was, okay, so if someone is asking, which trade am I supposed to take on this? All right. Remember, every move is a profitable move. So if someone asks, which trade am I supposed to take? Like right now, if I say trade GU, which trade am I going to take? All right. No, I'm not going to take the sell. I'm going to take the buy. Do you know why? Because number one, I've got that area there, right? This is where price is reacting to, or if you want, you can mark this one instead. Okay.
Thank you.
So from here to there, where I'm expecting a sell, it's a very big move. Do you understand what I mean? So that means I will take a buy if I wanted to trade it, right? I will take a buy and target that area there, or I target the high of it or wherever there. That's a very big trade to take. Hence, I said, if we want to sell, the sales are only going to come when we get to that area. All right. So that means for those who would want to take a buy, this is your opportunity. When the market opens, you take your buy and go all the way up to there. And when you get there, you close and wait. All right. Or if you want, you can put your stop loss at entry. All right. And then decide, I'm going to wait for it and see if it goes and breaks there. Hope it does. Okay. But I'm going to be waiting from the top side here, especially starting from this area, to see whether the 15 or 5 minutes changes the direction just like the H1. All I will be looking for is, I want to see us break a high and form a new high. All right, maybe let me write this down. So I want to see us go up and then get here, form a high, break the low, and then most probably take the sell, whether we pulled back or we didn't, and then come back down. You get the point. So I would say if Monday opens, yes, you do have room to take the buy from here, because that's a big move for you to get up to there. Even your risk reward. Oh no. I knew it was
You need to first of all raise it up before it work.
All right. So your risk reward, how much is it? If we were to put our stop loss below this low, would be 3. 1:3, which is a very good trade. It's a very big move, this one. I don't want to lie to you. It's a very massive move for us to actually get there. So hence, I'm saying, if you want to take a buy the moment the market opens. And I'll remind you this, because Monday is a holiday, so I'll be home. I will remind you this, take a buy and have price push up there, because it will, or it should. And then after that, close there, and then we'll be waiting for a sell. If price continues going up and does not respect this area, fair enough. Then that means it's a buy altogether. All we want to see is us getting to this line here, the line that I put up there. But for us to know all that is obviously to be in the market. I don't know if that makes sense. So when I say no opinion is wrong, I mean exactly that. These are the type of situations that I mean, that someone sees a sell, someone sees a buy. You are both correct, but the sell will happen when something happens. At the moment, the buy is what's there. The sell will appear if something does happen. So we will see whether price will turn around in that area or it will continue going down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, very, very. And
Yes.
please, coach, before we continue, I would like to put a reminder to the mind of everybody, and I want every one of us to learn from this. Do you remember about gold that I told you that I'm on a sell, and you made a statement that if I'm on a sell, it's better that I close because I should wait for 15 minutes to change direction. I hope you remember this conversation.
I can't remember, but yeah.
There was
What
a goal
happened?
that I lost serious money on it. Now let's go to 15 minutes time frame.
On
I want
gold
us
or
to
this
see
one?
on this
On
one,
this one.
not
Okay.
yes.
All right.
So now let's
Yes.
count level on this one on 15 minutes.
All right. Right. Starting from
Based on 15 minutes, with what I am seeing here, they can only stomp on because 15 minutes has completed its movement. So they can only support, it will definitely push up. And if they are going to push up, that is more of the reason one that I can remember that, when a snake, when a madman has beaten somebody, when you see a mechanic, you will run away.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
So that is the reason why I still stand on this buy of 80 because 15 minutes has finished, it pushes down
Yes.
and it's about to change direction for this sharp movement that he did here.
Yes.
This is a very sharp movement that he gave us here. Just that he has not broken this place. So, but on Monday, if anything happened that he did this, coach, I will stand by that advice you gave to me that wait for 15 minutes to turn. Me
Yes.
too. I always wait for 15 minutes to turn.
So
So that's my
wait for your buy here, right? Wait for your buy. Maybe let's just say, let's assume they push down, right? And then push back up. Maybe your entry will be somewhere here, okay? Somewhere here. And then you can move up to there. If they push this lower, you know what I mean? Or if they open with a gap. Sometimes they can open with a gap. Anything can happen, guys, right? They can open with a gap right here and then push all the way up and then push down a little bit. Then maybe from there, your entry will be somewhere here and you target the same area. I don't know if it's this one or it's that one on 1 hour. Can't remember. But
Wait, coach.
Yes.
When you say wait for a 15-minute to turn around, does that mean that wait for the 15-minute pushes to be completed and then look for an entry? Is that what you mean?
So I will give you a perfect example with this one. So he was trading GU last week, right? And GU was right here. So he wasn't sure whether it was gonna come back down lower here or it was gonna go back up from where it was, right? And I said GU is gonna go up. The reason why I said that is because I could see from here that we had already changed direction. Now, what do I mean by that? We were moving down, all right? Moving down, and all of a sudden we started printing this, all right? So that means on our way doing that, we broke previous highs. That's what we mean. When we say change direction, of course, we didn't break this one, but we broke previous highs. So then price came back here. So he was wondering, is it gonna continue going up or price will come back down to there? And I said, price will go straight up or price will come back to this area. But I marked the 1 hour area, which was slightly bigger. But because 15 minutes has already shown you that we have changed direction, which is the exact same thing that you see up here as well. All right. So you've got your 15 minutes. You have been marking lower highs. All right. And then you come here, you do that, you go down, and then you come back up, right? So because you were expecting a peak or you're expecting a sell, you can see already that your 15 minutes has shifted the direction, though we are not, okay, we are not expecting it to break previous lows or highs all the time. I'll explain this for the third time because I've been explaining it every week. The type of entries that we are looking forward to are these. We've got price going up, and then we have price getting into the area where we want to trade so we can sell, right? So let's assume this area is a key area where we want price to trade. Or maybe, let me say price was once there before. So this is how price is done, right? So price gets to that area and we sell. We said this is an aggressive entry because all you're doing is, because price traded to there, you just enter when it gets there, right? Which is what I'm saying to him, that on GU, if you want, you can aggressively enter, or number two, you can wait for price to first form an M formation, which is what I've just shown you now. All right, an M formation, and then you can enter on the M formation. So that means instead of entering aggressively, you wait for it to form what? An M formation. Still the same area, but you wait for it to form an M formation like this. All right. Or number 3, you wait for price to form an M. So to break the high, break the low, and then go back into the range and then go down. I hope this is clear. Yeah. So price broke.
And this is all on the 15-minute, correct?
Yes, yes. Or the 5 minutes. Or the 5 minutes. Remember, the direction, you already know it. You're not struggling with whether price will go up or down. The moment you see that you're still struggling whether price will go up or down, then it means you don't even need to trade that pair in the first place. So the direction, you already know it. All you're looking for here is an entry. So you can either enter aggressively, you can enter because you saw an M or W formation, you can enter because you can see that price broke the high, came down, broke lows, not just the lows. All right. So it might, or maybe sometimes price doesn't show like an M like this. Maybe it breaks only one. So maybe it breaks only one. Yeah, I don't want to say lows and then you'll be looking for 2 lows. Maybe it breaks only one. All right. Still the same thing. And then it pulls back into the range, or it pulls all the way up to there, because that's what's responsible for breaking the low. Or maybe it paused a bit, went in, and then broke it after that. Then you go up to there. But that's what you're looking for. This is exactly what's here, where price then goes up and takes out the high right here, takes out the high right there, and then price pulls back. So then you buy all the way up. So if you look at the previous weeks, I don't know if it's 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I've explained this. Maybe you go and check that as well. I could have explained it differently so I can understand it better. But that's all that you're looking for. I for one, I gotta be honest, I love this one, aggressive entry, because number one, my lot size will be a good lot size. Yes, my lot size will be a good lot size, and I know that if I take that one, I would want to see us get into profit as quickly as possible and not expect any drawdown, right? Sometimes I do take this one. This one is very good because it shows you that the market is ready to call. The only problem with it is that sometimes this little pullback, you might not see it. It might not come. What I mean is, like here, because it formed a W, it could have just went straight up without pulling back. Could have just went right straight up, and you would not have seen that part. All right. Let's see if this might be part of it, because I think I saw it on NZD-USD. Can't remember if that was the reason why I entered this thing. Was it? Yeah, maybe. All right. I can't remember, but I think so. So if you look at this high and that low and then that high, right? So you have a high, a low, and a high. So price broke the high and formed a new high. And then what did price do? Price came rolling down and broke that low here. So after breaking the low, price then pulled back into the range. But obviously I know that what broke the low is this move that started here going down. All right. So I knew that if price is pulling back, then my entry is here. Okay. That's where my entry is, and stop loss maybe above the highs or wherever, or above these highs, and then targeting the lows, which we haven't even reached. Yeah, like that, you know. So that's like a 1:6 type of a trade. So that's what I did on NZD/USD, and I am hoping that when the market starts, we continue going down. Why? Because looking at the 15 minutes time frame, it's showing me that we keep forming new lows and breaking them. And the last time we did that was here. And who was responsible for breaking that low was that move where I took it. And it looks like it has already been tested by this pullback going down. So I expect to see us continue push further down all the way up to there, or maybe open with a gap and just give me my money and let it be. But that's exactly what I'm looking forward to, and I can see we're close to my TP than we are to my entry. But yes, those are the three types of entries you can look forward to, right? And in saying that, it doesn't mean that a close above 13 AMR is not it. No, 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 it is. I'm talking about candles, the structure of candles, not the indicators, right? The structure of candles. In as much as price closes above 13 AMR and you want to buy or sell, is the structure also agreeing with what the candles are telling you, if that makes sense? All right. So things like these where you have low, high, low, new high, back into the range, and then buy. So you're looking at price coming back into the range after what? After taking the high. So coming back into the range, then you take your buy. That's what you're looking for. So, yep, that's it, guys. What's the time? 7:52. Let's go to volatilities. It's good when we talk like this, you know, it sort of helps me also understand where you guys are coming from. And like I said, no one is wrong. And we've had situations where we have dealt with pairs like this. I remember this other time we were arguing about GBP, NZD, and it was very nice when we were discussing about it on this other lesson. And you know what? GBP, NZD ended up selling the way we had anticipated. Some were advocating for a buy, and the buy did come. Let me show you just a little bit. So I think we were here. Yeah, we're somewhere here. Yeah, we're there. There. So some were advocating for a buy. I was advocating for a sell. And guess what? This is where the difference comes, guys. The fact that I'm seeing a sell and you're seeing a buy does not mean that you are wrong or someone is wrong. No, 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 no. Yes, it will buy and then sell, or it will sell and then buy, whichever the case may be. The only difference is that what is the current trade? The trade that if you look at a chart right now, we would say take. Yes, it was a buy. That was the current trade that we will take a buy. But then I did say it will buy, yes, but when it gets to here, right? I can't remember if it was this area or it was the high. All right. When it gets here, expect it to what? To turn around and start giving us a what? A sell. So things like these, that's what we have to discuss. And then when we discuss over the week, look at that pair, see what ends up happening. And if it does not sell, like I said, it was going to sell, then it means I am on the wrong and I wasn't going to take that trade, or I was going to lose, or whatever the case may be. If it eventually sells instead of buy, then it means one was right and you were definitely not going to take that trade because it didn't do what you expected it to do. You get the sense. But problem is, I will remind you after 1 month, all of you, and say, oh, you remember that trade that we discussed? And you'll be like, oh, which one? You know? So keep an eye on this trade, all right? In as much as I will not trade it myself, but keep an eye on it. Let's see what will happen. Because someone is expecting us to buy all the way up to those areas there, which is likely, I can't remember where I put that line, or I've removed it, likely up there, somewhere there, all right, for a third push, which will be a push to a peak, and then we can sell, all right? And I'm advocating,
to complete daily.
yes, and I'm advocating for that. We will only go this much and then start to go down. So sometimes, you know what price will do? Sometimes price will buy up to there, sell up to there, and then buy up to there. Now, that doesn't mean that anyone is wrong. Price did exactly what we both described that it was going to do. You get the sense? Unless if price buys all the way straight up to there, then that means, yep, the sell wasn't going to cut it. Or price sells all the way down from here, or sell all the way down from there, then it means the buyer wasn't going to cut it. But if price does something like that, then that means both our trades were what? Were perfect. All we needed to do was, where are we going to take the trades? You get the sense? That's all. Where we were going to take the trades. So let's see what will happen, guys. If you want, well, for me, what I'll do is Monday open, I'll just open a position, obviously not a real position. I'll just open a demo position right there and just let it run, put my take profit there, and then I'll put a sell limit there and see what's going to happen. I'm curious. I just want to know what will happen. So I'll do that. So you do that as well, guys. It will help you to then understand, oh, okay, so price did exactly do what we had discussed. These are the things that will help you learn, you know. All right. Anyways, let me not waste your time. Let's go to MT5. I'm not going to do that. All right. So now it's time for questions for those who trade volatilities. We're gonna talk until 8:30. So that means we're left with 30 minutes. So let's see how we go. All right, let's go. I'm waiting for questions for those who trade volatilities. If we don't have, we'll go back to currencies. If you don't trade volatilities and you feel this won't be of relevance to you, it's okay. You can go and sleep. We will forgive you. Who is trading volatilities? Guys, don't tell me no one trades volatilities here. Or those who trade volatilities are asleep, or they are not here, I suppose. Lee, do you have any question? Lee Party, do you have any question? Or Kudzai?
No, I don't trade volatilities, coach. I'm only into Forex.
All right, all right. So it means we don't have anyone who trades volatilities. Well, that makes my life easier then. We'll go back to currencies. Not here. All right, so that's good then. So that means no one trades volatility. Oh, I think. Sorry?
Sorry to come in late.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Yep.
I fear not.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Can we wait?
Sorry?
V25.
V25. All right. Do I have V25 open here? Yeah, that's it. V25.
Yeah.
All right. What were you expecting? Is there anything that you had in mind?
Let me see.
Or were you expecting a buy or a sell? What was your trade idea?
I was expecting a buy.
Okay.
Let me see.
So,
or maybe let me say it like this.
mhm.
And maybe if we could just analyze it and see, because I'm still trying to find my way around.
Okay. All right. All right. No,
Around.
it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. So, V25, hold on a second. So I actually looked at this pair a few weeks. Is it last week or last of last week when I was back testing something and I was back testing something on V75. So I saw this pair and it was actually on this peak formation right here. Now I'm seeing that whatever is happening here is more or less exactly what we're talking about on GU, where we have a reset. But if you look at this one, the levels are higher than the peak. So you can tell
Okay.
if this is your level 1 and this is your level 2, right? So even if you were anticipating that price is forming, let's assume price was forming a higher time frame peak, because that second level pushed all the way higher than the peak, then it means definitely at that level is coming. All right.
Okay.
So that means price has to buy from here and go all the way up. So I was just trying to explain what we're saying on GU, but if you look at GU, this what we suspect is a peak for whatever reason is not above this previous peak. It's actually in line with it, but this one is actually doing its activity above, which shows that it has already gone past that and it's a new trend altogether. Now, same concept when it comes to volatilities, right? And we've got a very nice buy here from the weekly time frame. And looking to my left, I can see we have something right here, right? We have traded into a key area, okay? Obviously, the high being a high here. I'm seeing this on the D1, but I'm on the W1, okay? So we've traded on a key area. I can actually zoom this so you can see right there. So price has to react at that point right there. So price has been buying up to that area. So what we want to see is price start to sell from that area. All right. We want to see price start to sell from that area. That's what we want to see. Now,
Okay.
price can't just go down. All right. Something needs to happen on the lower time frames. So what we then look at is, because we're in that area where we expect to see a sell, we then go to the likes of D1 and see. Now, this is one thing that I hate about these MT4s, the scrolling. All right. So if you look at D1 right now, there's nothing that shows that this pair is going to be reversing anytime soon. You can tell even with current price that all you can see is just the momentum of candles going up. Same applies with 4-hour, same thing that you see, momentum going up. So I am expecting that, let me go back to the weekly. So you can see it clearly. I'm expecting that third level we were talking about to then come somewhere here, and then we can expect to see a sell, maybe up to there, maybe. All right.
Okay.
And then we can continue with the bigger buy, like the one you're seeing here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm expecting that we push to that third level and then start to sell, and then from there, from level 2, and then push higher for level 3. But this is a long-term move because this is weekly. It's a long-term move. It might even happen maybe next year. You might find maybe this is gonna be the high of the year, maybe. And then price starts to go all the way down, close the year, and then next year we start to buy for that push. That's what I think will happen here. Anyone with a different opinion?
Perfectly said, boss.
Perfectly, yeah. I like that.
Okay,
All right.
I think I'm answered.
Yes. So if you are on H1,
H1 is resetting now.
yes, it's resetting now. So you could have, what I think, if you want to buy, what I think would happen, because this is your first level, right? And then this is your second level. But then price pushed all the way down back to there. And then now price is pushing back up. There is a likelihood price will push all the way up to there and close the market there. Then price will give you the third level. So you've got...
Coach, can you open the TDI, please?
All right. You've got like 2 days worth of movement. This is how the TDI looks like. It is pulled the MBL towards the 50.
Yes. So, Coach, what I'm expecting that this thing, to my own, as your boy. So I'm expecting the team might come like this back to test here before they now do a proper move, because you remember what you taught us, that when they come back and retrace that place, so this place that they came to here right now, so they would like to still want to point a lot of people, letting them thinking that that this movement is a down sell. So there are many people who enter sell here thinking that that's where they want to come and retest and continue. So they will not end up getting there before they will now. So you should look for another proper W kind of setup here. And you can see that with the TDI. Maybe the TDI just break a little place, then come back. So that's why, like they did here now. They came, they push, the TDI pushed to the top, then they came back to bounce here before they now did the proper cancel. So I'm expecting something like that because of this massive drop. So that's what I wanted to chip in there. So thank you.
Kudzai raised his hand up. What do you think, Kudzai?
I actually think that I'm just gonna add on to what Oli was saying. Can you just lower down that TDI? I just want to see the chart itself.
All right, just a second. Okay, lower the TDI down.
Okay, from what I see, yes, this is level 1, isn't it? And then this is level 2. So, the entry, we are either looking at this part here, so that the price will actually come back here and then go up, or lowest low here, so that it might, and then just head up.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
can I see the TDI now? So when it does come to the TDI, since it's already showing signs of crossing here, it might just go up and then come down to the 50 here and then go up, or initially just go up a bit, have an MBL bounce here and then just go up in terms of what you call it, entry. That is what I'm looking at. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, which is typically the same thing that we are saying, but we agree that it has to go up for a buy because there's still missing levels. All right. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I think it shed some light.
And again, guys, you sort of need to decide what time frame do you love trading on. All right, because some people, they can trade anything, be it H1, H2, sorry, H4, or M15 or whatever. I, for one, I take my entries from H4. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's me. So you'll find all of the charts that I send you guys, they are based on H4. So the reason why I do that is because I prefer to have larger moves. Okay, I will show you. Maybe let's see if we can find something like that. So let's assume that I wanted to enter this trade. So the place where I would look for a buy for me is around this area. That's where I would look for a buy. I'm just assuming that if price gets there, that's where I would look for a buy if price does decide to come there. So those are the kind of trades that I love to take, if I'm being honest. But again, look, when we're discussing on H1, we obviously said price might get to this low and then go up. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it was me looking into taking this trade, I prefer taking my entries from the 4-hour. This is the reason why I use the aggressive method, because I cannot wait for the 4-hour to change direction for me to then say, oh yeah, this is going to be a buy. Because immediately when price gets here and I take my buy, I expect H1 and M15 to have already started or have already changed the direction.
You
So this
must
is,
hear the word of the Lord.
yes, this is me. So I trade the 4-hour. I look at the 1-hour, count my levels and do all that, but my entries are based on 4-hour. That's me. All right. I was trading this V75 this past few weeks. So I was just, going through it and doing some what do you call this, back testing. So there was this buy, price was here, and I said, okay, fine. I'm expecting price to break from there and go down. And I said, okay, where is my TP gonna be? And I put my TP right here, and I put my sell, my buy limit and price sold, gave me a buy, and then I said, okay, where's my buy? And I bought all the way up to there because that is where my TP was. And then took my buy, and then price sold all the way down. I missed this buy from here, and I ended up catching it somewhere around there. And I bought, and where was my TP? My TP was right here. And then after my TP, I was waiting for it to buy here, and I bought, but I was looking for it to TP right there. Unfortunately, I don't think it even touched that area. So I was just big testing, and I saw that, oh, so you can actually buy, sell, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. But then now, because of the winnings that I was getting, if I had sold here, I was gonna be good up to there because I was gonna sell up to there, obviously. If it had hit my TP, I was gonna sell all the way up to there. But then I wasn't gonna see this. This is why sometimes I always say the market will do what the market wants to do. This whole move right here, I was gonna put a buy immediately when it comes there, hoping price will go all the way up to there, to that high,
And that
you
price
know.
and that thing can blow
And
account too.
yes, and it will blow the entire account. You get what I mean? So after series of winnings, and then you think, now I think I'm very good. That is exactly where price hits you. Either you take a break or you look for a different pair altogether. So
That is me that coach is talking to. You are talking to me
yes,
there.
yes, look for a different
It's
pair.
not good to be adapted to winning,
Yeah,
honestly.
yes. So in as much as you think, I know when I trade V100, I'm very good at it. That's excellent. That's very good. It's fine. Trade your V100. But then when you win, change the pair, go to something else different because you tend to have that sort of eye where you are like, price will do what I want price to do. And then the next thing you realize, in fact, during that time when you realize you would have put the biggest lot size there is and thinking, now I'm about to make a killing. Yet previously you were doing good money management, Then you decided to go all in, and then that on its own takes you out. So those are some of the things. I was actually surprised to see that, oh, this thing sold all the way down there. So if I had taken a buy, if I had seen it, I could have obviously lost that trade, you know. But well,
Well, coach, I must
yes.
confess, four
Mm-hmm.
4 hours is the best. Honestly, if I
Yes.
must confess.
Yes.
I can remember
4 hours.
when I used to stay on 4 hours then. I can be on 4 hours for 1 week. I will not even check it, and
Mm-hmm.
the thing will keep on printing.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's
the day the scalper and the rest now came to come and flash me, all those 15 minutes from 1 hour people. Oh God, that's when I started happy.
so so now all this confusion that you'll be having on the 1 hour. For example, let's say you wanted to take this buy, right? And have your take profit there. You could have been sitting down here, right there, and saying, you know what, I want to see us get to this point and sell, right? I remember I showed you this on 1 hour when I said first leg, second leg up, and then price pulled back into the range. I showed you this before we went to volatilities. But if it was me waiting on the 4 hour, can you imagine I just enter aggressively. Don't look at whether price has changed direction or whatever. I'm not saying do the exact same thing, right? And then target that day. So you can imagine it's a 1:2 trade, but the amount of move that you have there is very big. Now, if you go to your 1 hour time frame, you can then see that you would have been holding this for at least 2 days. That's exactly how my trades are like. I would hold for whatever days, right? I will show you the ones that I gave you last week. That was GBP odd, all right? It didn't get to where I wanted it to get, right? But if you had caught this, you would have been holding for, hold on, what is this? You would have been holding for 3 days. Yeah, just by catching this high, and you hold for 3 days until Friday. That's all. Same applies with GPP card as well.
Coach,
Yes,
can you go back to that AUD card?
AUD
I want to
card.
show. You remember that we discussed something. There is a particular one you show right now that you said you didn't get to the. Is it AUD card or which one
No,
did you show now?
it's this one.
Okay. Okay. Can you zoom it so that I can mark? Remember when you were teaching me something that I said market maker footprint? Do you remember? Now this place, if I mark here, and the lowest part of this thing, which is here. So between here and here is where I'll be looking for my entry. Now that you mark this, when you mark here right now, for me, the moment he has broken this, he enter here. This is where I will now mount to 15 minutes to go and look for my entry. So when you are expecting it to get here, when you drop all those your this thing that you say you didn't get to this thing, me, I was saying like if coach used the market maker footprint that you would have made a very massive
I
movement.
know.
So, but I love the one that you mark this one on. I can tell you because me too. Ever since I've been seeing you doing it, I have to follow my mentor suit also. So I do mark it. But the moment I see that they are this thing, I'll just let's go to 15 minutes marking here now.
Yeah.
Here, this will just put a box there. You will see
big...
that you will see a.
Oh, you mean this one?
Yes, let's put it here now where it goes to there. So let's go to 15 minutes now.
All right, 15.
You see that you see a clear movement. Reason why they make a U-turn there now.
Yeah.
You see it now. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
So,
and even looking at here, you can actually narrow it down to that.
Thank you. So that is how I used to do my whole thing. I will mark the market maker footprint then. So if they didn't get to that top, from this right place, you can work on it perfectly well to come and also elaborate for us.
Yeah.
But I've done it. Thank God that you can give us more.
So you can do the same thing on H1 as well, or 30 minutes or 15 or 5, depending with how you want to refine it. Or maybe someone could have said, no, it's actually this high that I want to focus on, where there's this candle right here. And still it was going to be the same thing. So the reason why I mark those areas, right, is very simple. Number one, I want to get the cheapest price possible, or the highest price. The highest price possible, lowest lot size, 0 what do you call this? Drawdown and risk as well. That's the only reason why I have it right there, so that if I take it, I know.
How do we mark the stop loss in that aspect?
where would we put our stop loss?
Or if I take an entry there, so
yeah, or even the one that Olu was talking about, the one
all
that
right, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this one.
Yeah.
So this one, because I wanna take an entry, the first thing that I have to calculate is how much risk is involved, right? So number one, let's assume I am targeting this low, this one right here. So already it's a 3.2 trade. So my stop loss will sit above the high. The reason why it sits above the high, it's because I can tell that I'm gaining a $3 every time I risk a dollar, or sorry, 279, which is almost $3, right? But if the target was here, then it was gonna be tricky for me because I'm just risking a dollar to gain a dollar, which doesn't make sense, if you get what I mean. So my stop loss for this one was going to be above there, just slightly above the candles, because I know whatever I'm risking, or maybe I'm looking forward to the low right there, depending with your target, then it means I'm risking a dollar to gain $4, because this is a move that I know it's not going to be a 1 day's move, it's going to be 2 or 3 days. Now, if I take what he suggested, for example, the 15 minutes, right? Now that changes the whole game, because I'll just put a line here, because I love to take it on the open right there. Like if price trades towards that candle, where I marked the low of the box, that's where I want to trade from. I don't want to trade within or up there, because sometimes price may not even get to that box. It may not even touch it, or it may get close to it and then change the direction. So that is where my entry will be, right? Now my stop loss here, I cannot put it up there, all right? That's the reason why I do not want to do 15 minutes, because remember, the target does not change. It remains the same, okay? The target remains the same. The same target that I'm targeting on 4 hour is the same target that the person is targeting on 1 hour, okay? Because if we go to 1 hour right now, that is the same low. So your price is pulling back and you're expecting to see the same low. So the target remains the same, but what you are risking is more. Hence, I do not want to deal with lower time frames, because if I put my stop loss here, fairly above there, it means I'm risking a dollar to gain $1.50, and that's not worth it for me. I at least want to get into a trade when I'm risking a dollar to gain $3, at least, if you know what I mean. So this one, I am forced to put my target closer to the high, just above it, right there, because that's the candle that we had marked. All right, I'll just mark it for a sec, right there. So I'm putting my stop loss above there, so that means now my trade is $2.85, or if it was right there on the high, then it was gonna be $3, right? Now my trade makes sense, but it makes sense, though I am risking that if it does swipe high and then go low, then I'll be out, if that makes sense. So yes, it's a good place to put my stop loss, because I want to have a 1:3. But then if price trades into this area and then decides I'm going to swipe high and go low, then it means I'm out. My stop loss will be hit. If I decide my stop loss is going to be there, it's too big. That's where the problem is. Worse, even if I decide to work with this one and push this guy lower there, then I am forced to put my stop loss there if I want a 1:5, right? Otherwise, here, my stop loss was going to be what? Hit. You can see there, my stop loss was going to be hit if I had put it there. Now, I am forced to put my stop loss here, and the trade becomes 1:1. That's the main reason why I do not want to deal with the 15 minutes or the 1 hour. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's just me. So that's why I want to deal with the 4 hour, because I know I can get a very perfect entry and in a place at least far, far away. I don't know if I can find more examples, but we've taken some of these trades in the past weeks. I don't know if I can show you any of them, but we have taken some of these trades. There's another one that someone took, this one, where this was where they were supposed to take their entry, right? That was last week. Yes, I did talk about this trade last week and someone took it, all right? So ideally, maybe targeting the body of the candles because that's where price tend anyways. That's the reason why I always say don't target the week, all right? But target where the body of the candles ended, okay? So that's where your low should be. It will help you. So now if his entry was here and the target was this one, then that means stop loss was up here. Now, can you see how price traded through that box and slightly above it, like a little bit above? If I zoom it for you, a little bit above there. So that means any entry that would have been taken from the 15 minutes or the 1 hour, your stop loss was going to be hit. But if it was taken from the 4 hour and I put my stop loss slightly above, it means I was going to be safe and my trade was going to remain a 355 trade. Or if I want to make it a 3 straight, then it means my stop loss was even going to be somewhere there. So I was going to be safe. That's the whole reason why. So if I get that trade, then I'm good. If I don't get it, then I'll let the market go and we focus on something else. Another good example is this one. You're expecting to see a sell, right? This one was gonna hit you, most definitely. It looks like it sold very hard, which is very good, but because we would have been targeting this low, if we had entered here, I think I traded this, but on another pair, not this particular pair. I think it was Chief JPY, and it hit me. And yes, it was Chief JPY. It hit me, and it went my way. So this is it. If I put my stop loss above that high, because I've got that weak, so I got to consider it. If I put my stop loss above it, right there, what happens? Stop loss gets hit. That was during news. Yes, I traded this on Shift JPY. And it was one of the most painful pairs. Because if only I had caught it, can't remember where it is. If only I had caught it, that was a very good trade. Can't remember where it was anyways. All right. Now, you can see this one. We did analyze it last week, and I said I expected a buy from it. And
Coach, I monitored this thing, yet I still miss the
yes, I said this was gonna be a buy.
because I didn't focus. I said JPY, I'm gonna trade back.
Yes.
I'm gonna trade back. And I
So-
was so happy when I saw this movement. This I was expecting it to come back. So when it comes to this, when it was coming here, I don't know what I did that I was so carried away because it has even entered to my trap. This, so I'm supposed to even have picked by here. But because of the momentum that they used to go to this place, I want to show this momentum. When they ended with this momentum, I knew that definitely they will push more. Because if they don't want to push more, they shouldn't have given us this momentum. So the moment I saw that momentum, I said, yes, these people want to push on more. So that was what now discouraged me that, okay, I will come back to come and watch. Before I know, one more push, they have already got it to this level. It was already painful. Okay, when they gave us this one, the team pay me. I can't just lie to you. It's really
it's a very good pay, this one. It pays good money. So now, even if you put it here and you put it there, that was going to be a 3.4 trade. Now, I wanted to trade this pair, but unfortunately, I missed it and I saw it had already printed in my area and left. So I missed it. Now, my target for this pair is a very crazy target, but I've been tracking this pair for I would say it's for maybe for 5 or 6 weeks now. I've been seeing all the way from down there. We've been trading it. This is why I suggested we trade this huge buy that came out from there, because I've been looking at it and, you know, the target for this one, you can see it right there. It's marked right there. That is where that pay is going. So I saw it when it was still down here and we traded this entire push all the way up. So
that was the week that most people made money.
Yeah, most people made money on this week, and then we pulled back. So I'm expecting it to go all the way up to there. It's going to that area there. This area is more visible, I think, on the weekly time frame. Is it? Yeah, on the weekly time frame. But that is exactly where we are going. You can tell already if you're looking at these candles. You can tell. Now, once we get there, then I expect us to start selling. Now, that is the high of 2024, and it looks like it's the all-time high.
All-time high.
Yes. So I'm expecting us to go up to there and then start to sell. So pairs like these are the type of pairs that you want to look out for. All right. Those are the pairs you want to be trading. Look out for them, count their levels, and wait for them to come to your area. So if you ask me and say, okay, on the 4 hour, where would you expect to see this come to? My area will be this one. Yes. Reason is because this is what facilitated the break of that high. All right. So I want to see them come down and then continue going up. Kudzai, you have your hand raised up. Sorry. What are you saying, buddy?
I've also been tracking there for quite a long time as well. You come to the monthly time frame
of this candle, of this pair?
Of this pair, yes.
Okay. Monthly time frame. All right, I'll just clear the drawings. Okay, monthly time frame.
Can you just squeeze it a bit so that we see the whole picture of the yeah. So if you really look at it, we have our peak here, isn't it? We have our first, then we have our second push. So basically, I'm expecting it to be broken, but before it gets broken, it's supposed to
yes,
and then
exactly 100%. Exactly what we saw on V25. Yes.
So yeah, that is what I'm seeing on this pair. That it still got one more on on the weekly to go. If that hits a high of this year, it will sell. We have to come in onto the sell and then buy it for possibly maybe the rest of the year until maybe next year June as well. That is what I'm.
And again, guys, thank you for that, for showing us the monthly time frame. When we say that, I'll try and correct this so that people we're on the same page here. So when we say that we expect price to get here and then sell and then buy, right? We're not saying it will happen exactly the way we are saying it. Sometimes price can decide, you know what, let's just go. All right. And there's nothing wrong with that. So you need to be careful. All right. Yes, price on lower time frames may get here, form a peak, form a reset, and then say, you know what, let's just keep going. And then it keeps going. There's nothing that stops price from doing that. But under I can't say normal circumstances, but under what we are expecting, all right, is that at least price react in that area to that high, either break it or snatch something above it, and then comes back within range for one last time and then goes away. At least that's how we would expect price to go. But if that doesn't happen, then fair enough, price will just go its way. But all we know and what we are sure of is that yes, price is supposed to be a buy. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what you should be looking into on the higher time frames. All right. I think, guys, we've spoken a lot.